Yo, welcome to my YouTube channel. I just had enough of everybody on TikTok telling me how much they hate Rhaegar Targaryen when they do not know his story. I am going to remake history. If you are not interested in Rhaegar or you're a Rhaegar hater, you might as well just go now, because we're living in an alternate universe where Rhaegar won on the Trident and he went and got Lyanna, and this is the repercussions of this beautiful world. Lyanna Stark survived. She had her son, Jon Snow, but he is named Aemon Targaryen, a true-born Targaryen young man. The heir to the throne is married to Rhaegar's sister, Daenerys Targaryen, the mother of dragons and breaker of chains and chains. This young man, Aegon Targaryen, is a reincarnation of Aegon the Conqueror, the son of Daenerys and Jon Snow. We have Rhaenys, Elia Martell's daughter, survived, did not die, to the mountain. We have Aemon Targaryen, same, the brother of Rhaenys, Elia's son, Rhaegar's true-born son, and Rhaenys is married to Viserys, Rhaegar's brother. He has taken over Pentos for me in a great war that we united all of the three cities. He is named the Shield of Pentos. He is a great king, a great man, and has a beautiful family. He has a second wife, as all dragon lords do, Oberyn Martell's daughter. Oberyn is in charge of Meereen and holding down the fort. He is into greatness. Aegon Targaryen is a Kingsguard, but had 2 children. This young man right here is the product of Aemon having enough of being a Kingsguard. A Baratheon woman, a low-born mother, and Robert Baratheon. Aemon has created a bastard. Rhaegar has forgiven him, trying to keep the peace, naming Aemon Targaryen as his heir. At first did not affect Aegon, but in the end it did. It started weighing on his mind, and he figured out a way to get back, taking this Baratheon woman and making a child, so that one day that his line might continue and claim the throne back. Before Robert died, he left a plethora of bastards, mostly women, but one young man called Gendry. Aemon realized that there was one way that he could ensure chaos. Marjorie Tyrell, unhappy with Jon having multiple wives, had enough, needed some attention, and what better man than the rightful king, Aemon. Aemon's brother, Aegon, came to her in a time of need and made yet another bastard, causing Aemon, Jon Snow, to divorce her. Losing the trust of the Reach was hard, but the realm must continue. Now this woman here, Visenya Targaryen, the true-born daughter of Rhaegar and Lyanna, is a reincarnation of the Conqueror's wife, Rhaenys Targaryen. It seems like the union of Jon Snow and Daenerys Targaryen is so powerful that it makes reincarnations previous Targaryen rulers and knights and queens can be reborn by the right union. And this lady is a product of that. We have Rhaegar Targaryen, a product of Maester Aemon, his love for his previous love, and a promise from a witch, Melisandre, promised him that for his life she can bring back Lyanna Stark. The promise was fulfilled, and the price was his life. A reincarnation of Lyanna Stark was born. It was clear as day that she is that reincarnation. She was betrothed to Aemon Targaryen. Yet another line that can cause chaos in the future. As we know, Lyanna was the product of many Targaryens' love. But Aemon, he paid the price. And with his life, gave his for his love. The resemblance of one of Rhaegar's other sons to a previous Targaryen is clear as day. This is Daemon Targaryen reborn. It is clear from the tapestries that he is the splitting image of the rogue prince, Daemon Targaryen. If he was to stand side by side with this man, it would be uncanny. He is the product of Ashera Dayne and Rhaegar Targaryen. Jon Connington, the new Lord Paramount of the Stormlands, married Cersei Lannister and had 3 daughters. Scared that his line will not continue for a male heir, he tried again with Cersei, which bore 2 twins. Knowing that twins lie within the Lannisters family. 2 daughter twins, 1 single daughter, and 2 twin boys. Finally, at the ripe old age of 40. Renly Baratheon, shall I say. Even though he was raised by Rhaegar Targaryen, he still took on the name of Baratheon, trying to hold down Storm's End, and make sure that that Baratheon line stays true. Rhaegar Baratheon, married to Aenys, is the only product of Stannis Baratheon. Named after his grandfather, a Targaryen is born. Honestly, I had so much fun playing this game. We have Nirella, another product of Ashera Dayne and Rhaegar Targaryen. Rhaegar took Ashera Dayne as a wife as a favour for Arthur Dayne, his very best friend. And the product was very clearly 2 reincarnations and one of the most beautiful women that Westeros has ever seen. Alysanne. This young lady is a reincarnation of her grandmother, Nirella, Rhaegar's mother. She has found that Aerys has been reborn too. Aerys Targaryen, or shall I say Rhaegar Targaryen, the reincarnation of the Mad King. They are proposed to each other because it's clear as day that they are the reincarnations of Rhaegar's mother and father. The universe has a funny way of reuniting reincarnations. In this world, in the next, they may not be your lover, but they might be your son, they might be your squire, they might be your cupbearer. There's a funny way that they will always enter your life. 9 years into Rhaegar's rule, the Blackfriars attacked. Rhaegar found out that he had another sister all along. That Aerys, the Mad King, had taken a Blackfriar woman and produced a daughter. Varys, playing both sides with the interests of the Blackfriars at heart, was playing Rhaegar against himself. The Blackfriars attacked with the pretender. The true line has always been Rhaegar's line, and he knows that Azor Ahai shall be born from his line. But it turns out that this Blackfriar boy was a direct descendant of Daemon Targaryen through the female Targaryen Blackfriar line. Rhaegar takes this woman and produces an heir in the hopes that the Blackfriar line can be united once again. I say once again, but for the first time in history, Blackfriars have a real chance of being a true cadet house that love Targaryens. The Bright Flames have fallen in line and are supporting Rhaegar in Braavos, holding down the fort. Creating heirs and living in unison has always been Rhaegar's main plan, making sure that the dragons can return and survive long term. The Bright Flames are strong. The Contarians, born of Jon Connington's line and promised to one of Rhaegar's daughters, uniting a once friend into a family member. The Black Pearl, a long lost line of Targaryen, named themselves the Otherlies and are strong in Essos. The Valerian, a cadet house that has been linked to Targaryens for their whole duration. Another 2 reincarnations. We have these 2 Valerians that have found each other, young love, but looking deeper, it is Corlys and Rhaenys reincarnated, reborn, found each other, true love, so that they can live in unison, in love. The fact that this young man is a bastard, born and found his love in another life is unthinkable, but amazing. Born from the Sand family, a long lost line from old Valyria, a pirate king. His sister fell in love with Lucerys Velaryon and produced the reincarnated version of Corlys Velaryon. This game is perfection, in my opinion. As you can see, I have united the realm, except for beyond the wall, but we move to Dorne. Doran's firstborn daughter. He died being unwell, unfit, just like his sister Elia. Dorne does not follow customs of Westeros. They are stubborn. He names his daughter as his heir, as which is customary for Dorne, and she refuses marriages for years. But it turns out that she had fallen in love with a Kingsguard, but not just any Kingsguard, the greatest Kingsguard and knight that ever lived. Arthur Dayne, the sword of the morning. It rippled through the realm that Arthur Dayne had sullied his reputation and produced a son of the same name, Arthur. Another son by his father's name, Beric, and a daughter, Nymeria's reincarnation, the first Martell from their line, reincarnated. Each of his heirs are strong, brave, powerful. It's clear that they are all Arthur Dayne's sons and daughters. Dawn. What I was going for here is reincarnations, loads of fun, loads of power, and loads of like mad moments, and I hope you're enjoying it. This young lady is the reincarnation of Nymeria. With the reincarnations in this game, they become known at adulthood. So when they turn 16, it announces that they are reincarnations. Arthur is married to Elia's granddaughter via Rhaenys, via Rhaegar and Elia, named just like her grandmother, Elia, uniting Dawn's line from cousins into one line, into a Targaryen line. Now, this story, I can't talk like a narrator, I have to talk like me. It's very hard to explain. But this young lady here is a product of Jon Snow and Marjorie Tyrell. Marjorie Tyrell betrayed Aemon and made a bastard with his true-born brother, Aegon. After being passed over for the throne, he took it, but he only took it for a while, waiting, praying for a moment that he can get back at his father, that he can get back at his brother for taking his birthright. Vaemon was born via Aegon and Marjorie. Shock, horror, a male was born. Yet Loras made a plan to defend Rhaegar's honor. He sullied his own honor, took a woman, even though he was very clearly in love with Loras Tyrell. The realm knew it, but he made an heir so that Rhaegar's line and his line can be united and hold down the Reach. Because if Aegon's son was to take the Reach as the only born from the Reach union, he would cause chaos in the future. In Casterly Rock, Jaime Lannister also taking a woman, but not out of lust, out of true love, falling in love with Brienne of Tarth, a distant Targaryen. This union bore twins. Rhaegar forgave and understands that true love is all that matters, as he let Arthur Dayne and Jaime sire heirs while being loyal Kingsguard. Tyrion is to never inherit Casterly Rock, as he took a whore as his wife. Unbelievable. Boring two twin boys that were not imps. Shocking. And one that was. Lord Tywin announces that Jaime's son is not to inherit Tarth, but Casterly Rock and the whole of the Westerlands. He will take Cersei's daughter and unite their line so that they can be viewed as legitimate. Jaime's daughter and Brienne's daughter to inherit Tarth. I just thought, why does he have this dumb haircut? So I just changed it quickly. So, but yeah, what I was going for here, Jaime and Brienne, they fell in love. Both Kingsguard, but Brienne had to let go of being a Kingsguard so that she can inherit Tarth. Jaime's son is going to inherit Casterly Rock, and his daughter to inherit Tarth. Shocking. The game was just doing mad things and I just did mad things with it. So yeah, that's a few of the kingdoms so far. As you remember, we have the Bright Flames in the Three Cities. We have one line, distant cousins of Rhaegar in Bravos, married, creating lines. We have another line of the Bright Flames in the Andals area. And yeah, to create this sort of thing, you need to make cadet houses and change them to your dynasty. And anybody that was a Targaryen, for ease, I just made a cadet house of their house, so that they are Targaryens, so that they could inherit dragons if there was an opportunity to do that, and their line is very clearly Targaryen. However, I did leave the Martells out of the cadet branching because they are Targaryens, but very distantly, and I wanted it to be very clear who was Rhaegar's line and who was, you know, close to Rhaegar's line, not far. So that's the reason why they are not. As the game goes on, you'll see here we have the Otherlies, the Black Pearls line, all the way from the unworthy Aegon, and she's married to a Dane, and they've created a second-born Dane has created the line of the Otherlies, creating a strong Targaryen distant cousins. Very important to Rhaegar. Here we go in and we see Theon, raised by Eddard Stark, married to Sansa Stark. Theon felt such a connection to the Starks that he felt almost adopted as Eddard's son, creating a new line of Starks, Starkjoy, to remember his distant roots that he never really felt connected to, inherited the Riverlands and the Iron Islands from his father that is still alive, but became a vassal because he understands how much strength they can get from the Riverlands. Because of Sansa's line and his son being from Sansa, he has a rightful claim to the Riverlands. So his young son takes Edmund's only daughter before he died as a wife to unite the Riverlands and the Iron Islands. Incredible. Something that has not been seen or done in over 200 years. Back when Aegon the Conqueror attacked and tried to unite the realm, turns out that Jon Arryn had passed away, giving birth to his only true born daughter, as his wife was unfaithful. It is unclear if his two others, daughter and son, is truly his. Lord Robb Stark is to marry Jon Arryn's only daughter and inherit the Eyrie. Their son should be the true heir of the Arryn's line and the Stark line, inheriting both Winterfell and the Eyrie. Littlefinger betraying the realm by taking Lysa Arryn as his wife, making 2 children, still claiming that they are true born of Jon Arryn, but taking her as a wife only as comfort from an old friend. Jon Stark, named after Jon Arryn, is to inherit the Eyrie, and Robb's bastard, Gwaine, to inherit the North, maybe? I don't know. We'll have to see. Jane Westerling, after Walder Frey revolted and killed her, Robb got his revenge, killing and taking the crossing from the Frey line, sending most of them to the wall, and Theon giving the crossing to a loyal knight that proved himself on the battlefield. A good man, was once lowborn, but defended Theon and Robb on the battlefield, was rewarded for his valiant effort. Robb and Eddard holding down the Vale and the North. Catelyn, ever loyal, ever truthful, created the Stark line. Robb, Sansa, Arya. To stop a war from breaking out, had to take a husband from the second Arryn line, who claimed that they were the rightful lords of the Eyrie and the Vale. But there's a secret via Arya. Arya has a son and a daughter with 2 different hair colors, and this can only mean one thing. Arya has taken a lover, Gendry Baratheon, and produced a daughter. She thinks daily about announcing this as true love. However, Gendry is married to a Targaryen woman, and that union stopped a war. Her marrying that Arryn stopped the Vale from being plunged into darkness. So her secret is hers to bear. Gendry knows that this is his daughter, but it's best unsaid. She can pass it off as her genes are the strong genes. So, one secret to bear via true love. I don't know why Arya was gonna kill this kid, but let's end that. Gendry lives his life knowing his true love will never be his, as they are married to different people. So in this world, I was going for the show and the books, a little mixture, and then my own flavor. And we have Brendan, literally the three-eyed raven, but not in a wheelchair. He's immortal, and he's married to his love, Mira Reed. This union has not yet produced an heir, but this love to be continued, and continued it shall be. And the youngest born, Reed, Jojen, yet another immortal, never ages these two boys can see visions and protect the realm from the neck with King Rhaegar's help. Rickon Stark, strong, powerful, but never to take a wife, following in his uncle's footsteps, wanting to be a Kingsguard to defend the line, defend the realm. He will be squire to Benjen, educated by Benjen, so he can understand the values of being a Stark and being a Kingsguard. Up at the wall, there was a revolution, a revelation, and a revelation that the Tarth, the uncle of Brienne of Tarth, became the Lord Commander as Mance Rayder left the wall to unite the free folk against the coming doom. Tarth had two sons with a wildling, a fen. The king of the fens saw this as an opportunity to climb the ranks in their new feudal system, using the wall as a trading hub. The wildlings can never cross the wall, that's what Rhaegar had promised, unless darkness comes. Lord Tarth saw this, his old brother, Mance Rayder, and united their house, giving Mance an opportunity to maybe have his line as dragon riders due to the Tarth's previous dragon lineage. I was going for something insane here, trying to make all of the main characters from the show big, you know, and create something just beautiful. And I feel like I've done it, you know, and I would love it if in the comments you could tell me what you think. If you don't like it, I can't believe that you watched this far, that's insane. But yeah, I've got this saved currently, and I have an idea that maybe I select one of these characters and I play their life. Normally I always play as Rhaegar, and I just love it, and I just love making him be alive, and I just making him be a good man. I don't care what anyone says, it's my views. The plan always is that Rhaegar beats Robert, he gets Lyanna, he unites the realm, and he defends against the Night King. You know, I got a question. Who should I be in a story? I've got a few ideas. I'm thinking maybe I'm the reincarnation of Corlys Velaryon. That could be cool, because at his age now, he's gonna find out when he's 16 that he is a reincarnation, and the girl that he fancied is a reincarnation of his soulmate. Literally, Corlys Velaryon and Rhaenys. Maybe I can play as the bastard son of a Velaryon and climb the ranks like that. See what I can do. See if I can take over the realm like that. And like make a redemption arc for Corlys and Rhaenys. Is that Rhaenys? Yeah, Rhaenys, the queen that never was. I could also play as Jaime Lannister's son, Arthur, named after the great Arthur Dane. That was, you know, he was his squire, so he named his son after Arthur Dane. I could be Arthur Lannister, and face being a bastard of the Westerlands, but being declared heir by my grandfather, and see where that takes me. I could also be the Blackfriar's son of Rhaegar. See what that takes me. Like maybe Rhaegar gives him land, and I am just playing as the first Blackfriar, reborn. Oh yeah, he's reborn as well, I forgot to say. I could even be Arthur Dane's son, Arthur Martell. and see where that takes me. I'm about to get access to dragons because of Elia's line being with Rhaegar. So there's an opportunity there, see where that takes me. Control Dawn and become independent, or just stay loyal to the Targaryens and see where that takes me. I can also be Theon Greyjoy, but obviously he's Grey Stark in this world, and try and unite the realm, declare war on Rhaegar, take lands and become a pillager. Or I can be loyal to Rhaegar and be what everything that Eddard Stark taught me. If you have any ideas, or I can make a new character, add them into the game and be them, sounds amazing. So I would love it. But I think declaring war on Rhaegar will be a very hard war, especially because Rhaegar has unlimited dragons, and that would be crazy. So maybe creating like alliances. Everybody's pretty loyal right now to Rhaegar, so that would be very hard. I could also play as Brandon Stark, immortal, and give him special powers that he, like, you know, is the Three-Eyed Raven. I could also be the Three-Eyed Raven, Brendan Rivers, and, you know, be that guy be on the wall, and come back for the throne. And he heard that Shiara Stark is back, reincarnated, so that could be fun. Maybe I could be Brendan Rivers and come back for my love and my throne. Yeah, think about it. See what we want to do, see what we want to be, and I can do a whole story. Thank you for watching this video. I'm gonna leave you now. I'm gonna leave you with the dragon lines, so I'm gonna go through all the dragons and hopefully you can understand. But main thing is that Rhaegar brought the 3 dragon eggs that Daenerys hatches, and, you know, hatches them. So in this world, the mother of dragons is not truly the mother of dragons because she didn't birth them, but she birthed her dragon, Dagon. Obviously he can't be called Drogon because obviously she never met, you know, she never had that whole arc where she goes to Essos and, you know, is banished and all that stuff. But yeah, enjoy the dragons. You can see on the right of the dragon who their rider is. This is Viserion, who was previously claimed by Rhaegar, who defended the realm with Rhaegar before she died, which was incredible. Yeah, there's a few dragons around. There's some that have been born via Rhaegar's line. This is Icefire, the 4th dragon egg that Daenerys never had. It's left in Winterfell, I think. That's my theory, but I made it a reality in this world. So that went to Jon Snow, and yeah, just beautiful game. Honestly, I hope that you enjoyed it, and obviously I went from narrating to talking multiple times, but I hope you enjoy. I just got very excited, and I just thought I'll just show you what I was doing in this remake, and you know, I love it. So if you want me to play a character, or you want me to create a character, please comment down below. The best one, the most likes, I'll play that character. If you want access to the save, comment I want access to the save, and then we'll figure out something where I can email it to you or something. And I would love it if you went and you downloaded it, you put it into your save file, into your folder, and then put it into the save section, and then loaded it up with the same mods that I have, and we could talk about what mods I have, and yeah, you played and you put it on YouTube, and I could watch your story, so that there's multiple lives of this point here, and then I can make a whole thing. Like, if someone played as one character, I can put all the canon events and make a big story. Anyway, I'm thinking way beyond, but I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, let me know. I'd love to hear. See you soon.